I think one of the things I learned in the military very much was to not focus on that as much as possible. Others may focus on it, and others may, comment on the fact that, I'm Latino or what have you. But I always tried not to make that, a priority for myself. To just go in, do the best job I could, and to, kind of focus on my work and have a good work ethic. And that's what the military teaches you. That's, it's a place where no matter where you come from, no matter, what your background is, if you work hard, they value it. And just like you demonstrated with your awards and what have you, it didn't matter where you came from or what language you spoke or whatever. If you did a good job, they valued you, and that's the beautiful thing of the military. And I encourage young people to do it. It's just it's an experience in a lifetime where you get a lot of value for what you do and not where you come from. And our society is not like that. Our society, the civilian world, focuses more on where you came from and how much money you have and what kind of car you drive, and all that stuff doesn't matter in the military. It just doesn't matter.
I'm very interested to know about how was the training process for you?
The training process? You mean my officer's training?
Yeah.
It was interesting. I recall, and I think that's kind of our culture, is that you really don't want anyone to think that you're different, and you try very hard. So I'm really proud to say that I had about 300 people in my particular officers training class, and I got the leadership award for the entire outfit. And I was very proud of that. They flew my mother and father out, and they had dinner with an admiral, which was a big deal for me and my father. And I was very proud that me as a Latina, the only one in this 300 officers training class, that I received this award, and my parents got to come out to the training in Rhode Island. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I don't swim well, and when they told us what they were going to do and what we were going to go through, I just remember praying a lot, and I wasn't going to go through remediation. I wasn't going to let anyone know that I couldn't swim. And I don't know how I did it, but, I think we all do it. We just, whatever it takes, And so I, practiced on my own, and when we tested, I tested fine. And I'll never forget, we had this one training module, and you probably did this too, where they make you jump off of a very high, I don't know what, tower, to simulate being on an aircraft carrier. And I remember, for days having a lot of anxiety over this, because I knew I had to do this, and I would go and I would look at it, and to me it was a mile in the sky, and and they scared you. They told you, if you didn't land right, you'd break your legs and all this other stuff. And so I remember going up the ladder and praying as I went up and getting to the top, and my gunny sergeant said, "Are you afraid?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm afraid." And he said, "Well, if you don't do this, I'm going to call your father." That's all he needed to say. And I just went like this. And off I went, and I survived. And so things like that, they stick with you. That's the time of, to yourself. That's honor, and, even though your family doesn't know it, you're taking one for them. And that was important to me, that I got through that and did the best that I could. So it was hard. It was hard.
If there's a moment that you felt lonely, during the course of the time that you served in, and because everybody have those moments.
Yeah.
What was your strength during that moment? What make you, what was your force to continue and the next day and the next day and the
I think
next day?
For me, it was my faith. My faith was very important to me. And I really believed in the Navy creed. I really believed in, serving my country, and I knew that what I did was important, even though it wasn't the actual mission of what a lot of the men and women are doing, that it helped the mission, and I tried very hard to just remember that no matter what I was doing, you know. One of my roles was they would fly me out to aircraft carriers when they were coming back from Westpacks or long trips, and we would court-martial a lot of the guys and bring them back before the ships actually pulled in because they wanted to deal with some of them. And I remember doing that, and there were some serious things that were going on some of these aircraft carriers, and being the only woman and kind of being on a ship where people are eager to get home and eager to just see other civilians. And at times it was a little, I felt a lot of anxiety, like being, on these large, big, ships with lots of people and lots of things going on. And no one knows that you're a lawyer unless they're really attuned to the different, things that you wear. But to the women on the ship, I was someone who knew what I was doing, that I knew what to do when things went wrong. And so I had a lot of anxiety when I would go out on the ships because that wasn't part of my mission to know how to run a ship. And so often I would get asked questions and how to do this and how to do that. And, I just tried really hard to, hang around smart people like you to make sure that I wasn't, in a position to not offer help. So, at times I felt a lot of anxiety. I felt alone. I felt like I was the only one doing this particular job. But, that's the military way. People help you. There are a lot of, it's a lot of support. And, you'll do anything. You'll get up in the morning and do whatever needs to be done when, people like this are, putting their lives in harm's way. You get it. You do it. You get it done.